All right, welcome to the Lowdown, brought to you by Unibet. I'm Dev Sahni, and joining me today is a man who has the entire combat sports world on strings. It is the one, the only Jake Paul. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing good, man. Just hanging out in training camp, getting ready for October 29th against Anderson Silva.
Yes, of course. I saw that. And I thought it's quite surreal to see a real legend of combat sports fighting someone like Anderson Silva.
That's good. That's good. I like that. I gotta use that. I gotta use that.
It's all yours.
Man,
it's all yours. But all going good?
This is a crazy, it's funny. It's a crazy matchup, man. I never thought I'd be fighting one of my idols. So here we are.
And let's talk about Amanda Serrano. I mean, let me just go back to when your fight with Tommy Fury collapsed, right? When that fight collapsed, that meant Amanda Serrano's fight with Brenda Carabajal collapsed as well. And her world must have fallen apart somewhat, somewhat. And here you are delivering an opportunity for her, a bigger fight, a unification fight on a massive show over here in the UK. You must be delighted to deliver for her.
Yeah, no, 100%. We at Most Valuable Promotions wanted to keep the ball rolling for her and, keep the money flowing in, keep the fights active. And we were able to line up this fight for her, which is a perfect fight on a really big card in front of the UK. And like you said, unification. So this is going to be really cool and a big opportunity for her. And hopefully she can get the job done and then move on to the next opportunity.
Do you feel like with moves like that, because that's you moving as a promoter, you're making moves as a fighter as well, the sort of moves that you're making, is it difficult for the boxing world to not take you seriously? You're delivering a fantastic opportunity for Amanda here in a big fight as a boxing promoter.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think I personally feel like we're way past the boxing world, like taking me seriously. I think that was like last year's discussion, maybe even the year before that. I think it's like obvious now how ingrained I am into the sport, how much I've done for the sport, having some of the biggest fights in America, period. So the world has to take me seriously. And, as far as promotion goes, the only other person really who competes at the level I do is really Eddie Hearn. So I don't know any other promoters who really get their fighters out there like that and work hard like that. So I think they have to take me seriously.
I think we've got no choice but to take you seriously, and your work is speaking for itself, Jake. Speaking of Eddie Hearn, of course, you worked alongside him for the Katie Taylor fight. Amanda lost that fight, and that fight was at lightweight. This fight's at featherweight. This is where she's a world champion. This is where she's looking to pick up more belts. What's the difference between Amanda Serrano as a featherweight and a lightweight?
I mean, it's a massive, massive difference. And then that's why there's weight classes in boxing. And she made the decision to go up and fight Katie Taylor at 135 when she was only weighing like 132 pounds, 133 pounds the day of the fight. Meanwhile, Katie's like blowing up to 150. This is her natural weight. This is where she's the most deadly. And we're going to see a big show on Saturday night. She's going to do what Amanda Serrano does best, and that's like stopping her opponents.
And I've heard you dangle the bait to Katie Taylor, saying that a rematch would have to be at Amanda Serrano's weight. Are you expecting that to happen?
I mean, that's where I think it should happen, or at a catch weight, like I have like 130. All Katie would have to do is cut 5 pounds. It takes like 6 hours, and that would really settle who the greatest woman of all time is. Katie Taylor's the greatest at 135. Amanda Serrano's the greatest at 126. So if they meet in the middle, there would be no debate there. And the crazy thing about it is, like, people, obviously Amanda lost the fight on paper, but so many people think she actually won the fight. Even the lady who sung the Ireland's national anthem, came up to me after the fight and was like, Amanda really won that. Like, I can't believe that. And it turns out Glenn Feldman, the judge who had the biggest gap in scoring Katie versus Amanda, he had the biggest gap in between for the rounds in the scorecards. And he also had the biggest gap and said that Anthony Joshua won in Saudi Arabia. So this American judge is in New York, gave the bout to Katie Taylor by a massive swing. Usyk destroys Anthony Joshua basically the whole entire fight. And that same judge, Glenn Feldman, gives Anthony Joshua the victory.
Well, just on that fight, on the Katie Taylor fight, I remember in the build up to that fight, Amanda spoke about doing 3-minute rounds, and it's something that she was very much up for and was pushed back on. And I asked her, because I got her on a Zoom a couple of months ago, I asked her, what do you think would have happened if there were 3-minute rounds? Because there was one round in particular where, hey, Katie Taylor looked in a little bit of trouble, and she said to me, well, maybe if I just had 10 more seconds, it would have been different. What do you think?
Oh, agreed. And that's why Katie didn't want that. You know, we presented her that option at the press conference, and she ducked it. You know, she ran away faster than Usain Bolt from that. And, you know, it just goes to show Amanda landed the bigger punches throughout the fight, had Katie hurt twice. And, you know, somehow it still went her way. So that's why I think the rematch is imminent and needs to happen. And that's why I think it should be at a catch weight lower where the fight is more even.
Well, she's in the UK on Saturday night. She's going to light up the AO Arena in Manchester. But the question I have, Jake, when are you going to fight in the UK? When are we going to see you over here? Because there's plenty that want to fight you. And I know someone who definitely wants to fight you. And his name's Tommy Fury. And I want to see it. When are we going to see you over here?
We'll see, man. I'm down to come back there. That's where I made my boxing debut. I love the UK. And, you know, even though I bicker with a lot of the fighters there and people there, you know, I love all the UK fans, and I would love to come back there and put on a show, man. But this is the thing. You said Tommy wants to fight me, and I don't know if that's true. Like, if he wanted to fight me, I think he would have made it happen the first 2 times. And then obviously KSI doesn't want to fight me either. You know, I told him I would fight him for free on 20-day notice, and he didn't take that offer. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Let me take you back in time to your fight with Tyron Woodley in Cleveland, where Tommy was on the undercard, and backstage you ran into each other. It was actually me that held the mic in the middle between you guys and brought you together. I didn't get to ask you, what did you see when you looked into the eyes of Tommy Fury that night?
Honestly, I wasn't even like in that moment. I was just like happy I won in front of my hometown crowd. And I like seen him, and I was just like, whatever. Like, I wasn't really focused on him. And he kind of like popped out of nowhere. So I really wasn't like taking it all that serious. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, I was just having fun coming off of a win. But you know, the eyes lie, man. Like, I think fighters read into stare downs and mental preparation too much. Like, the eyes lie. Someone could look ready, but deep down they aren't ready. And I think that's what Tommy Fury is all about. He's a capper, and he's not really a fighter. He has yet to face a single tough opponent.
Well, let's hope we see it someday soon. I know he does want to fight you. He's told me over and over again he wants to fight you, and I certainly want to see it one day. But tell me, the show, unless you got something else to add on Tommy, go on. If you want to give him a message or anything, feel free.
No, I would just say, like, I want to buy a Boeing 747 private jet, but I'm not going to do it because it's dumb. So he could want to fight me, but like, it means nothing. You know, the only thing that matters is if he actually fights me.
What about Saturday night then? 2 fellas that are definitely fighting each other. on the main event of Amanda's of the show that Amanda's on, Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. I know you follow your boxing. I know you're a fan of these guys. What do you think? How's the fight going to play out?
Man, it's a very, very good matchup here, but I got to go with Parker. I think he's gonna have better stamina down the stretch.
Okay, so you're back in Parker. Parker because of his stamina.
Yes, yeah, it should be good, man.
It'll be a good one. Another guy that appeared on your undercard in the past, Daniel Dubois. I know you took a liking to him around that time. He scored a great knockout on your undercard, and since then he's gone on to become a WBA heavyweight champion. Have you been keeping an eye on what he's been up to, and how far do you think he can go?
I think he has incredible talent. He has the size, and he's a good guy, a good lad, and man, the sky is the limit for him. I would like to have him on more cards too, moving forward. I think there's probably something we can make happen. Or if I come to the UK to fight Tommy or something, it'd be dope to have him back on a card.
Yeah, he is a destroyer. Much like your brother Logan is appearing to be a bit of a destroyer in the WWE. I've always thought, I think Tyson's lighting up the WWE as well, Tyson Fury. Do you think we'll ever see a Fury Paul tag team thing going on, Tyson and Tommy, you and Logan?
Maybe. Nothing is out of the realm of possibilities in this world, and I could definitely see that happening. It'd be funny, man.
Who wins and how do they win?
I mean, Logan's a beast, bro. Like I think he could be the WWE champ one day. I think he will be the WWE champ one day. And just his elusiveness, the way he flies in the air. Tyson Fury can't fly like that in the air. So I would say that the Paul brothers would win.
All right, that's a big prediction. Finally, Jake, what can we expect from Amanda on Saturday night?
A typical Amanda Serrano performance. I think she had one of the most electric fights in boxing period against Katie Taylor. At least for me, that's in my top 3 fights ever. And so I think she's going to want to avenge her loss and come with even more smoke than that.
Brilliant. All right, we look forward to it. It's a shame you can't be with us this week. I was really hoping you'd be here and Tommy would be around and the Furies and the Pauls and be all sorts of fun.
Yeah, no. After this fight, I'm gonna get real active. So I might see you at a bunch of different fights. I'll be traveling around the world.
I hope so. I'll look out for you and good luck in the fight against Anderson Silva.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I
Cheers,
appreciate it.